Okay, so once you have your sketch of the fabric completed, and this is actually supposed to be a different fabric than what you've drawn with the last two. I think there was some confusion in that, but you need to make sure that it is different out of the ones that I gave you to select. So you're going to get your coffee, like I showed you a minute ago about mixing it. Make sure it's pretty dark, okay? And I don't have it filled up very much, so I'm not sure if you could, yeah, there you go. Not even a fourth of a container. You're also going to want to need some clean water, and I would get a paper towel. So what we're going to do is we're just going to dab the watercolor paintbrush into the coffee, and then you're lightly going to add it on to your paper, just like watercolor that you may have done the last time you were in art. Okay, you don't want to add too much wetness to your paper or else it will start to buckle, and then you're going to have possibly some problems. So once you get it laid down, you can actually go back with just plain water and dilute what you have there to get a lighter value. Now, once you get one section done, you are going to need to move on to another section just so that you're allowing it to dry. Just make sure that you don't go too dark too fast, because you're going to end up with a little bit of issue. Now, once you have a really good layer of your paint on there, you're going to need to let this dry. Okay, then once it's dry, we're going to be able to add more coffee onto it, and maybe even add a little bit more coffee, instant coffee grounds in there, so that it will show up with darker values. But yeah, you can wash this out. This is just kind of a wash of color. So you can see where it's starting to have a dark value here, and then the more water that I add, the more diluted it becomes. But like I said, you need to be careful with adding water, because your paper will start to warp, and that's not what you want. Okay, so it gives you a good idea. Once this dries up a little bit, I will come back and add a little more darker value. Let's see. Now you gotta remember also, if something is wet, it is automatically going to be darker. Okay, so this will lighten up quite a bit. All right, so once you get this a layer done, and you have taken the areas and diluted it so that you have given it a wash of color, let it dry, and then we can go back and rework it. Now, when you clean up, you're gonna leave your little cup of coffee in the middle of the table. Wash out your paintbrush just with water, dump your old water, and then put them over there by the sink where you got them in the first place. But leave your coffee on the table, because we will reuse this. All right,